What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Rich, back to bring you another NFL video for Thursday Night Football. We have the Browns and the Steelers today. Not a matchup we were hoping for, let me tell you. But I'm hoping that we can get on track for the bets. The Thursday Night Football bets have been brutal lately. I don't know what it is. Monday Night Football been good. Sunday's been better. But Thursday's been a slugfest overall. And I don't think this game's gonna be much better. The total, 38.5 points. Supposed to be wind up to 20 miles per hour the whole night. Up to 30 miles per hour, even potentially. It's not looking good. Cleveland, Pittsburgh, defensive slugfest. Low total, 4.5 point spread. I don't know, man. Let's just get right into the bets. I mean, first of all, I'm taking Mike Tomlin. I'm betting on Mike Tomlin, 4.5 points. I get what you're thinking. The Browns are a way better team. They got two great running backs, and they can run the ball. They still got Jacoby Brissett. They're playing at home. I get it, but Mike Tomlin is the best head coach in the NFL since 2003 at covering the spread as an underdog. 48, 26, and 4, 65%. I mean, that's pretty good. That's the best bet you can make if you're just betting on the history. I just think this game's going to be close, man. I think it's going to come down to the wire. A lot of people are on Nick Chubb's over. I'm not quite there on the rushing yards, 84.5. One of the most bet props, his anytime TD prop is a massive bet for a lot of people. I think it's the most bet prop out there. I'm not quite there. Not that I don't love Nick Chubb. At my spar, we have him projected for over 100 yards. I think that's a great line. I don't know, man. I think both these teams are going to stack the box. They're going to be difficult to run. I think they're going to have to find other creative ways to get the ball in their hands. And that's why I'm going after the running back receiving props. The Pittsburgh Steelers have allowed the fifth most receiving yards to opposing running backs this season, an average of about 6 receptions and 68 yards per game. That data is over at the 33rd Team's Edge tool. If you want to go check it out, I'll put a link in the description to see all of the positional stats, defensive position stats. Tons of cool shit you can find over there. So check out the 33rd Team. But yeah, Pittsburgh, fifth most receiving yards allowed against opposing running backs so far through 2 games of the season. Who have they played? Joe Mixon. Okay, Joe Mixon, yeah. Ramondre Stevenson, Damian Harris. I don't know, man. I'm not really there. I don't think that these guys are like, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley. So we can say, okay, well, the talent just, overcame the defense. I'm going with the running back. So again, Nick Chubb over 6.5 receiving yards on DK, and Kareem Hunt over 15.5 on FanDuel at 16.5 on DK. If you do play on DK, slightly better number on FanDuel, so I would go take it over there. I just think they're going to have to find ways to get creative. If you break that down, you're taking, about 1 reception for Nick Chubb, because that's probably all he's going to get for about 8-9 yards, and that's what he's averaged against the Steelers. He's averaged 9.75 yards per reception against the Steelers. Now, it's not a ton of receptions, but that's what he's averaging, so I'll take it. And I believe he has 7 targets or 9 targets in 7 games, so he's getting a little bit of volume. He's going to get an opportunity. And again, with these wins, this game environment, they're going to have to find ways to get these guys the ball creatively. They can't just run it, because if they just run it, maybe they start getting stuffed. They really stack the box. It's going to be more difficult. Of course, Nick Chubb can break big runs, but you want to find ways to obviously get them the ball in their hands. You don't want Jacoby throwing it downfield, because the Steelers have a pick in every game, and they have 5 picks in the first game. So there's lots of reasons to not want to throw the ball against the Steelers. So I think they're going to have to dump it off a little bit. So Kareem Hunt over 15.5 or 16.5 if you're playing it on DK. I think both are great numbers. Like I said, 68 yards. You break that down between the 2 running backs, they can easily get 10 and 50, 10 and 30. I think there's lots of opportunity for them to go way over. So those are the 2 bets I'm really placing outside of the spread. And the one bet that I'm making kind of for fun is I want to take the under on George Pickens' receiving yards. Now, through 2 games, he only has 25 receiving yards, I believe. 2 receptions for about 20. I think it's 25, 26 receiving yards. One game he had like a 22-yard reception. The other game he had a 3-yard reception. That's it. That's 2 receptions the whole season, 1 per game. His line is still at 30 yards. I'll take the under. He can do it. It can do it in 1 play, but I don't think he's going to have more than 1 or 2 opportunities in this one. If they got to move the ball, it'll be in the slot with Claypool, or it will be outside to Deontay Johnson. That's what they've shown all season. That's what I talked about when I talked about the Steelers this season, when I took Claypool's over on receiving yards in game 1. Again, this game environment is going to be bad. They're probably not going to see a ton of passing, a lot of running, but I think if you're betting on the passing on one side, it'd probably be more on the Steelers side, because Najee is going to get bottled up by that Browns defense. Now, Myles Garrett will be playing. Jadeveon Clowney will not. So slight advantage, but of course, TJ Watt will not be playing on the Steelers side. So definitely a much bigger loss for the Steelers on that end. So we'll see what happens. But I think, with the wind, with the game environment, should be a lot of defense. Hopefully not too many punts. Hopefully a couple missed kicks. That could be a little bit exciting. But yeah, I'm taking the Steelers plus 4.5 on DK. That I think the line is just too wide. If they even win by 4 or 3, you're still winning. They covered the spread last week against New England. So again, I do like that quite a bit. But yeah, I'm taking the receiving yards for Nick Chubb at 6.5 and the receiving yards for Kareem Hunt at 15.5. I think both those lines are too low. And like I mentioned, the Steelers, the 5th most receiving yards allowed to opposing running backs so far this season. And if you want to have a little bit of fun, take a George Pickens under 29.5 receiving yards on FanDuel. Those are the bets I'm liking today. Let's get a clean sweep. We haven't had any clean sweeps on Thursday Night Football. I'm hoping we get it today. Shout out to my parents who will be at the game tonight. They picked probably the worst game on the NFL slate to go to, but I hope they have fun, and maybe, just maybe, they will get over, but I don't project it. So either way, hope you guys have some fun tonight. Even though the game might be awful, let's win some bets. Let's make some money. If you tail, give them hell. If we fail, do not bail. I'll be back with more NFL picks for Sunday night, and well, for all of Sunday, and then back, of course, for Monday Night Football. I'll see you guys later. I'm out. Peace.